djembe at my house so that I wouldn't drunkenly play it on the street. I gotta leave it at my house.
King.
His name's Ethan. He gave me his phone number.
Oh, really? Wow,
he wants
man.
to do. He wants to do open mic. I haven't really figured out exactly.
Steve-O soup.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
It's gonna turn you into
He
a
was
lampshade.
India, though.
He was definitely into me.
He was India though. He was like, that guy's got bimbe skills.
He was into me. I wasn't really sure.
Wow. Are you guys drinking?
Well,
Yeah.
you know it.
I'm good right now, but
Yeah, I got beers in the fridge.
Yeah, we've been drinking.
Might
Gonna
as well.
keep drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Might
I
as
gotta
well.
space mine out a little bit.
One every week.
Yeah.
The thing is, though,
Every couple
Frankie,
hours.
I
I've been
didn't
drinking
get-
all.
But he was pretty excited about me. I'm not really sure on what level.
Oh my gosh.
He was there before. Thing was is that I was like, I pay attention to people and like what's going on around me, and he was there before the show started, and he was like sitting up on the deck up there, and he was just kind of like, he was just kind of hanging by himself, watching people.
And when I first got out of college, you know, I had a couple of interviews at Alpine Electronics. Remember Alpine Stereo?
Yeah.
They just moved to India, and I was going to be one of their first like engineer technicians and shit, you know. And then fuck, the day I was supposed to be at work, my brother talked me out of it or something because I still had I hadn't finished my degree. I still had like one semester to go, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna get this job, you know. And my brother's like a professor, he's older than me. He goes, no, you gotta go back to school and get your degree and shit like that. But
Bimbe time.
there used to be like an
It's
ad,
bimbe time.
like in the back of like Rolling Stone or something. I called it. It was like musicians wanted, you know, and it was like there wasn't hardly any jobs when I graduated from IU. So I called it or something. And this guy, what it was like cover bands to play in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, right
You know,
on.
and you're like wearing, you know, whatever weird suits, or like all like Ramada Inns and shit like that. Have you ever been to seen one of those bands? I saw one back in the day. Like went to like some Holiday Inn, you know, one of those kind of bands. It was like just corny.
Right.
They're wearing,
Cover
like,
band
the same
stuff,
shirts
yeah.
and shit like that. Like James Taylor or whatever. Like, God, I would never want to be in one.
You've seen fire and you've seen rain, huh?
Yeah. He started calling me. He sounded like a mafia guy. It was just like, Paul, you know, you said you were gonna want her to do this and shit like that, you know. It's like got all shitty with me, and that it was like playing in one of those kind of hotel bands, and I was like, nah, I never did. I'm glad I did.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, it's like you could do it, but do you wanna? You know, you don't wanna.
My buddy from Ohio, he's about my same age. He did it. He moved to Nashville and shit, but I see old pictures of him. He was in a band like that. Like he I think he's the one that gave me the number or something.
Call this number, yeah.
Talk to this guy.
Tonight, though, the rest of your band was wearing the same outfit. They were the black TVs.
Yeah, that's funny.
They did an accent. They were both wearing black V-shirt, V-neck T-shirts, black TVs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. Although, like on the
When he opened the door, I was like, "Look at that."
That's pretty funny.
I was like, rhythm section, huh?
We're basically wearing that
Yes.
T-shirt right now, though. Save for the V-neck.
I still don't know. It's just like, it's crazy. Like, how do you make a living at some shit? I'm still trying to figure it out.
Right.
You're either like down here, and all of a sudden you start making.
After all these years, it's like, yeah.
You get lucky.
So like I'm giving lessons, you know, and stuff like that.
You know who makes a living doing it, for the most part, is the guy that was taking people's money at the door today, Dave Sayedi.
Yeah.
You know who he is? Sleeping Bag.
No, I don't really know him. Maybe I do. But.
Oh well, you can look him up, but he's a drummer, and he went to school for drumming and everything. He teaches people for money, and for 3 hours a week, he makes $100. 3 hours.
Doing what exactly?
Just teaching somebody.
He's got his sign up on Cassie's door.
And he's got his music up on whatever it is, and for every amount of time a certain amount of time that his music like gets listened to by people, he makes money. Just by having it up on these. He was in IDS last week, like his picture.
That's where you gotta do it. I mean,
Yeah.
There's like.
But he's like singer-songwriter, drum player.
Yeah.
You know, it's his band.
Right.
But
right.
he's always working it, and like he's involved. So it's like he's there at the blockhouse, like taking money. He's always involved, like in whatever aspect he can be.
Woman.
Mm-hmm. Flash your boobs, Luis Garcia.
So that's like
I want to see your
Yeah,
boobs.
get 'em out.
That's one way.
What's up, baby?
We'll do it. It's like.
How you doing, Aphasia?
A little bit of that, right?
Good evening. Cheers to you. We just got done rocking. We were at a rock and roll show.
Giving lessons.
Now it's late.
It's like doing a show. Like
Mhm.
you're on. It's like an hour show. You gotta.
No, it's late and we're streaming.
Differences, though,
It's that time.
It's that time of
Mhm.
day.
He charges
It's that golden hour.
Mhm.
See, I'm working my way. I'm 25. Now.
Fucking rocking and rolling too. Yeah, cheers.
They pay me, but
Cheers.
low.
Yeah, this is the after party.
You know, like driving.
This is our version of the after party.
It's got to be like $35
I'm kind of
now.
cranking it up.
Mhm.
But like I said, I'm making really like that family in Carmel. They want to have it for a private party and stuff like that.
See, that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, and her friends have private. They have like tons of money. And stuff like, okay,
Then you
that's
can network.
that's why I
Mhm.
kind of wanted to do stuff
Yeah.
like this to meet people.
We didn't go see. We
Isn't that
played.
Remember Matchbox 20?
Oh yeah.
I'm in a band. We played a
Oh,
show.
that's
They're from
awesome.
Frankfurt,
Yeah.
Indiana. That's where they're from. They went to high school.
Swerve was in both bands that
I
played
worked in
tonight.
Yeah.
Frankfurt one
Mhm.
summer when I was going to IU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we played a show. I'm in a band called
I
Frankie
remember that when
Camaro.
Matchbox 20 came out. There was a little thing from Frankfurt. Oh, I remember. I worked in Frankfurt.
Rob
there.
what?
Yeah, Rob,
Rob Reiner.
No.
Rob, he did that song with Santana.
Oh, from Matchbox 20.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're
Rob
talking about. So
Yeah, AB, if you check out my Facebook page, you'll see videos.
really cool. They're
From
going
previous
around
shows.
for a couple weeks.
And there's a Facebook page for the band too.
Man, you guys
It's
are
Frankie
living
Camaro.
their lives, man. They're
It's-
always like traveling and stuff like that.
But it's
I play the bass and Swerve plays the djembe drum.
in the right place, right time, you know. And if you're out there,
I'm the bass player in the
Yeah,
band.
The Blockhouse party night was a good thing because, like, you know, Bloomington people came and there's all sorts of different people doing different things that were there watching it and were there for different reasons. It's like, but
Let's see your
Bloomington is
titties,
such,
Dig Dug.
Should be
it's
triple
such,
D's,
like,
right?
Yeah, I want to see your big triple D's.
Dig Dug
Yeah.
Days.
this town
Let's see your big.
Yeah, pull 'em out.
I want to see
It's
the
like
Dig Dug
so
Days
rich
silver dollar nipples.
with
That's what I want to see. They're like silver dollar
people that want to
pancakes,
do artistic
and they're all
things.
hairy.
Oh, God.
Uh huh.
So you can easily match up.
That's what I wanna
and
see.
do different, like, aspects of it, like the video aspect of it or the marketing aspect of it. You know, where you can just be like the musician, because there's people you can meet people that are like willing to like for free book shows, just so that they can be booking shows. Because then they're happy that they're doing that.
Everybody's
They're,
got
like,
their niche.
Yeah, everybody's got
Yeah.
their edge, exactly.
Mhm.
And in this town, it's just like overflowing.
It's
Pretty much.
looking pretty good, definitely. You
That
know,
was
Something for everybody.
Yeah.
there's more-
It's coming back around, I think.
More people than I live here, but it's a good thing. It's not so huge like Chicago or Indy or something, which I still like it. That it's still small, but I was here since like the inception of the music scene. When I was a teenager.
I feel like it's kind of going back
For
to
a
that.
cat that runs sideways, she sure does jump good.
Like,
She jumps
people are
good.
like,
She
don't wanna
can
listen
like
to,
go
like,
straight when
Taylor
she
Swift so
wants
much.
to. You know.
Yeah.
And they're just pumped out
Like
stuff,
I'm
and,
convinced that the
a lot
sideways
of
shit
young
is like
people
all for
are, like,
show.
stepping
She's like
away
showing
from
off,
technology
you know?
away without
She's like,
stepping
oh,
away
Frankie.
from
Oh,
it.
Oh,
Like,
hello.
oh,
like,
hello,
not really
Frankie.
using, like,
Yeah.
you know, like the mass media of anything. I'm just going to like live in my bubble, you know,
Yeah.
and that's
Bubble
if there's
Boy.
music happening like around that, then they're gonna like pay attention to that and maybe
Right.
other things.
Yeah.
You know,
Remember the Bubble Boy
Oh,
episode?
the movie.
which one?
No, on Seinfeld. Remember that?
Oh, that
I
one.
haven't seen
No,
it.
that one.
Mooks.
Yeah.
It says Moors. No, it's obviously Mooks.
Like, yeah, like who invaded Spain? And he goes, the Moors. And George goes, nope, sorry, the Mooks.
The Mooks.
He goes, no, you idiot, it's the Moors. No, it says the Mooks right here.
Right here. Oh, you can't
Sorry,
see it. You're
yeah.
in a bubble.
Wrong. Yeah.
You can't read that far,
I
can
love
you?
that.
The Mooks.
Yeah. Well, it's something. It's something funny, that's for sure.
No, dude, from here to Ohio, you know, I mean, there aren't that many people that have this much roots, you know, like I said,
Right.
we were like nomads, and we ended up in the Midwest, so I finally was like, okay, I went to Austin, but I've been in Ohio and Indiana, man, since I was like, you know,
Yeah.
7 years old.
Yeah,
So
you're
we can play,
legendary.
we can do.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
here, all the way
no,
to,
we've
like,
got some
Gas
fun
City,
ones up
Fort
there.
Wayne, Lima, Ohio.
It's on
Dayton,
Facebook. I'm
Cincinnati.
Splinternut Gaming
This
on
whole
Facebook.
YouTube, a lot of those people will still come
Yeah.
out. So it's like,
Yes.
finally, I did some. I'm going to use what I've done.
Uh-huh.
I grew up here.
That's the deal.
I've fucking been here since I was like playing music since I was 17, 16. You know,
Right.
not that many people are. You know, from
Right.
here to Ohio.
Dude,
we got to utilize that. I'm all over praying, but
Uh-huh.
from here. You
Ricky
know.
Rat's like touring with the Dead Boys. You
And that's
know?
what's interesting is that that's when I lived in Ohio. He's from Cleveland.
Yeah.
We almost moved to Cleveland.
That's it.
So I grew up with the Ohio scene, and it was like the
That's
Indiana
it.
Gizmo scene.
Right.
Well, this is what happened. When I went to Austin, I got dissed because I wasn't from Texas.
Right.
And it
right.
kind of rubbed me wrong because most
Uh-huh.
people were super nice to me from down there. There's
Uh-huh.
a whole faction, because Texas is big and very historical.
Sure.
If you didn't grow up there and you haven't put in your, or been there for many, many years, you are not.
You're not a Texas
You are
person.
not.
Yeah.
You're just
yeah.
like here for a year or two. Bye.
Uh-huh.
They see it all the time and stuff.
Right.
And I got that at the end of the.
Right. Right.
I never even named the album Big Guitars from Texas. I had nothing to do with that.
Uh-huh. They did it.
Claimed to be from Texas.
Oh yeah, you
Here,
grew up in Texas?
You know, most of the Texas musicians treat me right.
What part of
But the ones
Texas
that
are you
weren't
from,
doing-
AB?
That were jealous, that were from there, and then here I am. You know, like you start getting bad mouthed, and you're not from. You know.
What town are you
And
from?
I was like, well, okay, well, fuck it. This is where I'm from. This
Yeah.
is where I'm fucking from. I've grown up here since middle school.
Right.
Ohio and Indiana. So I'm going to represent Indiana and Ohio.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You guys
for
like
sure.
that? If that's the way you want to be, you know, all right. So
Southeast.
Oh, that's awesome.
Southeast Texas in the house.
Standing up
South
Yeah.
Texas.
area.
Uh-huh.
which
South
had
Houston.
like the Dead Boys and the Gizmos, and
Mm-hmm.
you can think of you know,
Mhm.
Michael Jackson, and
Right,
we
right.
keep going. You know, we can think of
Yeah.
a lot of people
Yeah.
from Ohio and Indiana. you know.
Mellencamp, James
So,
Dean, yeah.
I love Texas,
Uh-huh.
but I don't claim to be there. I'm
Right.
not a Texas
I don't know
blues
that he's
guy.
much of a
Yeah, why would
musician,
you?
but
Yeah.
David Letterman.
David Letterman is from here.
Dude, Letterman.
Jane Pauley.
Oh yeah, you know,
Uh-huh.
Jim Neighbors, Florence Henderson,
Sure.
the Brady Bunch.
Sure. Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, Bogey Carmichael.
The chick that played Joni on Happy Days.
Oh yeah.
The girl
Uh-huh.
from Three's Company,
Right.
the darker girl
David
with the
Lee
Ball
Roth.
State. David Lee Roth on the Bloomington.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
The wrestler
Yeah.
Mankind.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And then we got all our, you know,
Pro skateboarders from
Charles
Guam.
Manson, Jim Jones, all the biggie.
That's right,
And we
man.
got all the biggies.
Axl
man.
Rose.
Yeah, cheers to
Axl
Guam.
Rose.
Shannon Moon.
Now you're freaking me out. This is even more than, you know what I mean? When you start listening. I don't need to be from
Frankie,
Texas.
Frankie,
I don't
AB
need to-
says there's
you know,
shitty people everywhere. Sorry for everyone that was shitty to you in
Now
Texas.
I'm a Texan. And that's
Nah,
always my
man, we
goal
love
in life.
Texas. We love Texas.
Yeah, I love Texas.
Yeah. We love Texas. That's not a reflection of Texas. That's how it's gonna be anywhere when you go anywhere and like try and get in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was just like I might as well represent where I'm from.
Yeah.
And God bless those
Right.
guys because that's where they
Right.
grew up.
That's
I can't
right.
compete with that.
Oh right, because it was big guitars from Texas, but they were like everybody on the record's
Except
not
for
from
the guys
Texas.
that were,
Yeah.
from the Fabulous Thunderbirds, all the musicians I knew, they
Right.
they just like you're
Right.
part of the group.
Yes.
I'm just saying there are people that don't
I
like it.
think you could pull that off though in Guam. Just show up there and be like, I'm doing this.
Uh-huh.
You guys are gonna have to love it. Or
It's a
whatever.
mutual respect.
Yeah, if you
I went
play, you
there-
play. It doesn't
I
matter
went
where
to-
you're from.
I
Yeah.
respect the Texas, and it wasn't there like, hey, I'm showing you all something.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that mutual respect, and I think people feel that,
You went down to Texas because you want to play.
Yeah,
You
You're
know?
looking for
Yeah.
a place to play music.
Right.
But it was like, every musician I could think of was there at the time.
Uh-huh.
Dudes Frank Zappa,
Uh-huh.
Jefferson Airplane.
And look what happened. You ended up playing with
Fabulous.
Fabulous Thunderbirds and
Go-Go's,
Screamin' Jay and all those people. Like,
Yeah, and
You
it's like
know?
I couldn't do that here.
right. No, that wouldn't happen here. Yeah. They're not here. Yeah.
Chess
Why would you
Inman.
be?
Yeah, it's Jess Inman. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Cheers, Jess.
Don't ask permission to be kick-ass, am I right? That's right. You just go kick-ass. That's right. You don't need a permission slip to kick-ass. Yeah, no one needs it. No one needs it. You just go do your thing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is streaming. We're on live here.
No permission slip necessary.
Oh yeah,
Wow, that's fucking.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
it's like the show must go on, you know?
Well, they're responding to what you're talking about.
Yeah, I know, I
You're the
know.
voice. You're the
Uh-huh.
god.
You're the
god,
talking head, yeah.
see
Uh-huh.
Out there.
But
nobody can
sometimes,
see
I get back from those shows at the Mel, and like, I come back here and I'm like, I just turn this on, and then I'm going. I'm still performing. Like, I can't help it, you know? Once I get started, I'm
Switch
like,
is
I
on.
can't stop, you know? I want to just keep doing it.
Man, look up the director from Dazed and Confused.
Oh, yeah. Linkletter.
If you get a chance,
Uh-huh.
look it up on YouTube.
Right.
Woodstock '85.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We
Woodstock
played there.
85?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was like the fucking pinnacle of the scene in like the mid '80s. It
Yeah.
was just like this huge festival.
Woodstock.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
They made an album out of it, and we
Yes.
got reviewed in Spin Magazine. And
Oh,
they
cool.
liked my band, and they were like, they picked up about 2 or 3 songs. For
Uh-huh,
some reason, they put my song off of it.
Uh-huh.
Are you kidding me? So, and yeah, the guy from Dazed and Confused filmed it.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome.
It's like in Johnson County, where LBJ is from.
Uh-huh.
It looks like
uh-huh.
the African belt. I mean, it's like nothing in the United States almost.
Right,
It's
right.
it looks like you know, just these huge vistas and rocks and scraggly trees and, wow, this is like
That's
this
like
is a
East
trip
Texas?
being there.
Yeah.
That's LBJ country.
Okay,
That's Johnson
okay.
County.
Johnson County, Texas,
Hell yeah,
huh?
man.
Damn.
And in the back, they had this like cliff, and all of a sudden it was like a watering hole, and people were jumping off the cliff and stuff. And I was like, oh no, it's like no way am I jumping off the cliff. But it's in that video. It's like, oh no, there's the cliff from my memory, you know?
Yeah, man.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Dude, that's amazing. Johnson County, Texas.
Yeah. I didn't take like a sleeping bag or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just was shorts, and I had like a little suit jacket. And it got so cold at night. I mean, this is the middle of summer, but it felt
desert.
like it was 30 degrees. I was chattering in my car and just like trying to cover myself. I didn't sleep the whole night.
Desert
It's
gets
like
cold at night because it gets cold here.
it's like
at night.
desert, man.
Uh-huh.
It gets really cold. Also.
Gosh.
I know.
You don't know. It gets super hot during the day.
I remember like living in Tucson, and I had this this friend. His dad cut an album. I actually have it on CD. It's pretty funny to listen to. But they had a horse ranch like 25 miles outside of Tucson, and I remember like we would ride out, and they had this like huge art gallery like in downtown Tucson, and we went there and we like climbed over all the buildings and went down into like the sewer system, which was just like the massive drainage. I remember like riding it. This is a long-winded story. I'm sorry, but riding out there
You're fine.
in the back of the pickup truck. They'd stick us in the back of the pickup truck, and we'd get in sleeping bags, and we'd just lay in the back of the pickup truck. But because of like the lack of like humidity and everything, you'd just be laying there looking at all the stars, and you could see like the Milky Way and stuff.
Yeah.
But it was always so cold in the desert. Like you just knew, like you always have to have a hoodie with you, like wherever you go. You have to. You might be wearing shorts, but go ahead and bring that hoodie. You'll be happy you did. You know.
Right. Right.
Later on.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the movie Slacker?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So there's a bunch of
wasn't Seth Spicker was in that movie? Yeah.
Austin, all in that movie.
Uh-huh.
At the same time. But if you get to see that, there's the scene with Seth Spicker that lived here. And he's like
talking about the Smurfs. Yeah.
He's on his table like, talking about Smurfs. And then right after that, there's this guy who called him Doug the Slug. And he looked like an ex-con, and he wasn't. And like he turned out no job or anything.
It was no shit.
He was at every show. I don't know what he did. There was like a few people like that. I have no idea what they ever did.
Right.
For a living or anything. And when Dino came through here, like after I moved back, and he needed a guitar player, and for his East Coast tour, and I went with him to New York and all this stuff. And Doug the Slug was the road manager, like Doug the Slug, you know.
Doug the Slug.
He's the guy that jumps in the Cadillac and goes, I've never had a job. You know, jobs are for suckers. You know. He's that guy, Slacker. Right?
That's right. Oh, right. Yeah. I've never had a job. Jobs are for suckers. Yeah.
After that tour, you know, I was going to tell you a bunch of stories about it, but he ended up being in movies. He got in. He went to L.A. He was in Miller's Crossing, and he was like a gangster. He ended up being a gangster in movies and stuff.
Oh, cool, man.
So
he had
like
the look
one of the
for
guys
it.
that gets shot.
He really had the look
Miller's
for
Crossing
it.
and stuff. Like when these guys go up the steps and he shoots the machine gun through the door.
He's a gnarly looking guy.
Up, it's Doug the Slug.
Yeah.
It's like there he is, Doug.
Yep.
But
he's in Waking Life also. Yeah. That's funny.
He's the guy that I've never had a job. Like that's him. That was like that was really him.
Yeah, he's like going to his stepdad's funeral or something. Like, yeah, I know. He's just a gnarly looking guy. He just like looks like he's like a mean dude. Yeah.
Here's one secret story he told me that when he was 18, he got chased by like 20 or 30 sheriffs and police cars and onto the Air Force Base that's right outside Austin. And like for something, you know, that he did or whatever. So he told me the story. I didn't know this in Austin, but we were coming back from New York and he was driving, I was with him for hours and he started telling me all these stories. He ended up 30 police cars chasing him onto the Air Force Base.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
And he smashed into a sheriff's car. And that was the end of it. They put him in like some like place for like the Texas, you know, criminally insane. I swear. He said he used to get like beat up and you know by the guards and stuff.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, there you go.
It was a scary
Blow
place.
that
It was
in their
like
face.
a mental
Straight in their face.
/ prison.
Give him the Pocky facial.
Dude.
He could have been there. We wouldn't, you know, heard him from
Oh God.
But he looked at the judge and I'm trying to remember but for some reason he said something to the judge and he noticed something. He goes, "Judge not, lest you be judged." And he got out early.
Came back.
Something
they let him go.
You know, he's a trippy dude, but he somehow he looked at this judge. You know, instead of being there for another 10, 20 years, he got out like an early thing. You know.
Damn.
It's like whoa, like I can't imagine today. You know, not getting killed. Like he would have gotten like.
Oh yeah.
Already,
yeah. Today it would be like
on the Air Force Base.
Jeez.
You know. He probably would have caught a bullet or two.
Right. Yeah, he'd be on CNN. Yeah, jeez.
What? That's a good one too. He was like in this commercial. It was like he's like driving like this. You see this guy going around this people on the highway, and he looks over and you see this guy with scraggly teeth. He's got all these chickens in his truck. He's like, I forget what it was for, but that was the last thing I saw him in. It was like some weird commercial.
Oh my
there
gosh!
He is.
Oh
He's
my
driving
gosh!
this truck full of chickens, you know.
Weird.
In this commercial, yeah.
Weird.
But I don't know. He died a few
Uh-huh.
years ago. So.
Oh
I don't
my
know what happened.
gosh.
Doug the Slug.
That's so weird. That's so weird. You know that guy? Cause I know exactly who you're talking about.
And here's the
I can
weird
like
thing,
picture
because,
him. Yeah.
You know, like I knew him from Austin, but scary. You know, but an affable person you'd see at shows and parties afterwards and stuff. And he'd wear a suit for some reason.
For some
Sure.
reason.
Sure.
But
he
one of the
felt like
last
it.
things
'Cause
I
he felt
remember,
like
my
it.
dad. Okay, so long story in New York, we got our RV confiscated.
In New York.
In
Yeah.
Hoboken. We played at the Limelight Theater.
Uh-huh.
And Lemmy from Motorhead was in it.
Cool. Yeah.
That was the main thing I
Dude,
remember.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
We played
Lemmy
in
was there.
Philadelphia the night before.
Yeah.
They liked us so well, they called the Limelight. It was in the middle of the week. Oh, you gotta book these guys. And so we played in New York after we played in Philadelphia, and but for some reason we nicked a car just going around a corner, and this lady goes hit and run, and she started honking her horn, following us. I swear,
Oh my God.
we barely nicked this car, and then
Oh
it
my
turned out
God.
we had Dino had no registration, nothing. He had like his plates were like 10 years
What the
expired.
fuck? What the
I thought, are you
fuck?
kidding me? This is getting toward the end of the trip. We just want to get home, and then this happens, and they confiscated our RV, and so we had to just keep shelling out for motel rooms. And like we were like in Times Square for 3 or 4 nights. And the last day, we were just sitting there in Times Square, like almost like in the lobby. They were getting ready to put our suitcases.
It's
And
checkout time.
Dino,
Yeah.
like he's Italian. And he has some ties from way back or something. His mom did.
Right.
You know, I don't know what happened, but because he told me he got really befriended the guys in New Jersey, and they let us go, man. And it was, oh my fuck.
Holy shit.
We were just getting ready to be homeless on Times
Holy
Square.
shit.
I'm sitting there with my suitcase, hadn't hardly eaten in 2 or 3 days. You know, I had to wire home for like a few bucks to get, eating pizza or whatever on Times Square.
Right.
And man, we get the RV. We start getting out of town. And it was like, oh, escape from New York. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then the RV starts sputtering out. The RV sputtered out on the George Washington Bridge in the middle of rush hour.
Jesus
traffic.
Christ.
After being there for 4 or 5 days, it's stuck. Oh my God, what else could go wrong? So we're in the fast lane of the George Washington Bridge. I look out the back window, and a semi went by me like at 60 miles an hour. Just
Shit.
I'm like,
Shit.
Dudes, we got to get out of here. We're gonna get killed right now.
Oh my God.
They wouldn't let me
Oh
out
my
of the
God.
RV. You're gonna get killed. If you're gonna go right into the fucking lane. It's
You're
like,
on the
we're gonna
George
get
Washington
killed
Bridge, yeah.
Any second.
Goddamn.
See, like, you don't want to look out the back window. People are coming at us at 70 miles an hour. In the middle of that, this guy, you could get to the engine from the inside of the RV. Luckily we didn't have to get out.
Yeah.
And this guy, I don't know who said it, because maybe it's vapor lock. And this guy like undid the carburetor, and the engine started, and he goes, but it's very dangerous because if it was a little, this could blow up. It was like, are you kidding? So he's sitting there with holding a little rag. We're in the with
Lord.
gasoline, with the engine and shit. Like maybe we're either gonna get hit by a semi or blow up from the gasoline.
What the shit?
And we started sputtering out the bridge, and just a Port Authority truck came behind to push us off. Like at least we had but we started to get off the bridge, but it was like everybody's just yelling like, oh my God,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So I call ahead to my mom, and I was like, we're just dead tired. We'll be there like tomorrow. Please cook rice and beans, chicken and rice. I mean, do the whole plantains,
We're gonna be
black
hungry when we
beans.
get there.
We had
Yeah.
like 12 dudes starving.
Yeah.
RV.
They need black beans.
I
Yes.
got there at 3 in the afternoon, and with Doug the Slug, 11 guys and shit. And my mom had all the food ready to go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And, everybody was like, "Oh, this is the best thing ever."
Yeah.
Anything, but
Yeah, because then they had home cooking. Yeah.
And
Oh
the
my
last thing I
gosh.
remember is like Doug the Slug and my dad sitting and smoking cigars together. Whoa.
Oh my
They were
god.
just having all kinds of conversations about politics and whatever, Castro and shit. I'm
Weird.
Like,
Weird.
oh, this is a great cigar. Your dad's great.
That's
You know?
weird. That's so weird. You've seen that guy smoke cigars with your
I
dad.
know.
Uh-huh.
It's like weird dude that we used to see in Austin that I was like scared of.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
How did
yeah.
this guy
Dude, this guy.
house?
I'll show you who this guy is. Like, I'll show you Doug the Slug. Yeah.
It's
He's-
like the
he's-
coolest thing ever, man. I just always
Uh-huh,
like,
uh-huh.
my dad can get along with anybody.
That's
You know?
amazing. Yeah. His little segment in Waking Life is really intense, and it's like him just being like a really intense dude. It's like, yeah, it's
Oh.
scary. He can be scary.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we got kicked off the stage.
But he's a good actor,
Ithaca.
you know. He's a good actor. He's like character actor. Like he can be a few different people. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, we had a bad gig in Ithaca.
Oh yeah, in Ithaca.
New-
Yeah. No shit.
They thought we were bringing an opening band. And we're like, what? You know,
Uh-huh,
we're a band.
uh-huh.
I mean, what do you want to bring 2 bands or whatever?
Right,
Fuck,
right.
Are you crazy? And so we had
Crazy?
to make our own.
What is
We made up a
wrong?
band and opened up for
2
ourselves.
bands?
Uh-huh.
And Doug the
We
Slug
played
decided to like
twice.
rap and sing.
Oh shit. Oh
And
shit.
it was truly frightening, and most of the audience left.
It ran him off.
A few people came back by the time we played and shit.
Dude, that's funny.
He just freaked out the whole audience, man.
Dude, that is so funny. Doug the Slug, dude.
Man. Going on the road, man, don't do that. It's like, yeah, you gotta be, you know, like going on the road is.
It gets out of
shit
hand
always
quick.
Like, you know,
It gets out of
other
hand
shit,
quick.
Like going to
Yeah.
New Orleans, we had our
Uh-huh.
Moto X. We were going back to Austin. We had
Mhm.
all our
Mhm.
equipment in a like a little homemade U-Haul thing that my
Oh.
bass player from Arkansas, his buddy
Right.
made.
Right.
That should have been a clue, I think.
Uh-huh.
This is how I'll do it, Frankie. Right, this is how I'll do it because that whole going on the road thing. You're right. It's a lot of bullshit. I'll drive out to wherever somebody is, and show up and play djembe on one song. They'll drive back.
There you go.
While they're on
Absolutely.
tour.
Yeah, go do the show.
I'll just go do the one
Yeah,
show. and
go
then
do
I'll
the
turn around,
show,
drive
yeah.
home, and then I'll come like back to like
Yeah.
whatever's going on.
You're all welcome.
We played
You're
with
all welcome.
Johnny J and the Hitmen.
Because it's the
Look them up on
adventure, right?
YouTube.
Right.
They're probably on
It's all
Johnny
about-
J and the
Yeah,
Hitmen.
Johnny J and
But
the
if it's like gonna be like you're in like a vehicle with a bunch of other like smelly people getting smellier, dude.
Smelly people getting smellier. That needs to be the name
And then
of
you
the
try
band.
and get into Canada, and they're like,
That needs to be a
no.
band name.
They're like, you can't come into
It's just
Canada.
smelly
Yeah.
Well,
people
when
getting
we went to New
smellier.
Orleans, my band from Moto X, two or three of the guys brought their girlfriends. So it was a kind of, you know, and I didn't.
Mhm.
So it was kind of a spinal tap.
It was a very
kind of
strange
deal,
Right.
You know,
Oh, but she's-
situation. Not, you know,
she's my
it's like
inspiration.
instead of all hanging out,
Well, how-
everybody's
how-
hanging out with their girlfriend and
Why
stuff,
do you
which
always
is
have
great.
to make it a thing?
You know, it was more like a little mini vacation, like
Uh-huh.
looking, you know, going around New Orleans or whatever.
Oh, sure.
And man, so a lot of weird shit happened there. But on the way back, we're in what was it Lake Charles, Louisiana?
Louisiana.
Yeah, Lake Charles, right on the interstate. And 2 in the morning, everybody's asleep, and the girlfriend and you know the guys in the back seat. And all of a sudden, the hitch breaks to our U-Haul with all our equipment in it.
Oh, no.
And is scraping down. I look out the rear mirror at 2 in the morning, and all I see
Bye.
is sparks
Oh my
and
god.
equipment
Oh my god.
going down the road.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I was like, what the hell
What
else is
a
going on,
drag.
man?
What a drag.
So it was kind of like, you know, we picked it all up and stuff, and we tried to get some guy to fix it. It was like he came out and, you know, like a truck driver, and he couldn't fix it. So we had to sit there, and we found a Cajun guy, and he had to weld it. But it was like a 2-day job to like put this thing back together or something. So I had no money at all, but so I hung out with the Cajun guy in his backyard. I just remember he would start talking in French or whatever. Goes, oh, there I go talking that Cajun again. At least, you know, it was like, it was fun. I had nothing to do. They were all like, I don't have any money to go. You guys go, you know. We should have been back by now, so I had, you know, no funds or anything going on. That was fun.
Well, it's an adventure.
It is. It's always an adventure, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Oh, boy. Did you stub your toe playing djembe?
Oh no! Did you kick
Is that
your
what
djembe?
happened? Yeah. Dude, I was so pumped that you got up with the Cowboys tonight. I was like,
It was really exciting.
yeah, that was funny because I was like, no, dude. I was like, just guesty with the Cowboys. I was like, don't play with Dragstrip, just play with the Cowboys. I was like,
Just do
I was like, that'd be way more fun. Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
wasn't it? They were all being so silly up there.
You get me into semantics. I'll say that. Because I really didn't really know what to believe, and like when we were leaving today, I was like, was I even really supposed to bring my djembe today? And he's like, no, bring the djembe. And I'm like, but you said that I couldn't play with you guys unless I played with the Cowboys, and I probably don't think I'm going to be able to talk myself into convincing myself to be able to talk them into playing with me.
Right, but I knew
It's
that
too
you
much.
could.
Yeah.
I knew that. I was like, if you just like approach them about it, they'll be like, yeah,
Super
okay,
cool.
dude, yeah.
Let's do it.
I knew that you would be. I knew that you would be in if you're just
Keith
like.
loves you so much. How could he say
Turns
no?
out Keith loves me so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Can't say no to that face.
and Chode was wearing that stylish fisherman's hat.
Oh, he was.
So that's cool.
Yeah, that's
He
some
looks
shit I
comfy.
would do.
Yeah, dude.
He was having a good time.
Yeah, he was rocking it
Well,
swerve style,
He
dude.
talked about it a lot. He was actually talking to me about doing some side projects and stuff.
Yeah.
Chode was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
dude, that's
I
cool.
actually had a few people talk to me about that.
About doing
tonight.
some side projects.
Like,
They're
more
like,
than-
dude, I've been needing a djembe player for
They're like,
this like
so
side
maybe we
band.
wanna get together and do this. Then he's like, I'm
Dude.
doing this art show, so.
Everybody's gonna start copping my fucking djembe player, man.
Hey, dude, be careful what you do.
What
right?
the hell,
What you
dude?
wish
I know.
for.
I've created a monster.
Yeah, be careful what you do. Like you
I've
did
created a
this.
monster.
Hot commodity.
hmm
You made me do that.
I know.
wasn't
Everybody
gonna do
wants
that.
my djembe player
I wasn't
now.
gonna do that.
Damn. Damn.
I wasn't even gonna bring my drum tonight. Wasn't even gonna play it. I was just
Shit.
gonna
But
hang
you
out and
did.
drink beer.
And it was worth it.
hmm
But it was more fun that way. And it was
And you got free beer because
well,
of it.
it was pretty fantastic playing with those guys, and
Uh-huh.
then, like the acceptance from them was actually the most gratifying thing about it. Was like they weren't just like okay with me doing it, like they were pumped on it.
Yeah. They were like, yeah, do it, dude.
Yeah.
Do it. Djembe that shit.
They were like happy to have it happen.
They were like,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a djembe.
Yeah.
Let's do
Well,
it.
I mean, they're just like four guys that have been playing together for like years now, right?
Right.
It's just like the four guys.
You're like the
together.
fifth Beatle.
He's not
You're like the
real.
fifth Beatle, dude.
Beatles not even real.
I love you, yeah, man.
Man.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Well, I'm just saying it was an experience for sure. And I'm glad I had it.
Dude.
It was fun.
Yeah.
But it's all your
Two in
fault.
one
I'm
night.
happy
It's
for
all
you.
your fault.
I'm happy for you.
I think I missed my cigarettes.
Oh.
Well, I always talk to Keith about it when we work together. Because we should all play shows together.
Yeah, and then
stuff.
Segedy saw you play in both bands. That's the really funny part. He
I
was
made
like,
it-
"This guy's getting in there."
I made the point to go and tell him each time. I was like, "Did you see me play?" What'd you
Yes,
think?
I love
He
it.
tried to charge me the $3, right?
Yeah.
And he didn't believe me when I told him that I was in the band. And he was like, no, seriously, like, this is
You have
$3.
to pay $3.
And I'm like, no, seriously, I'm in the band.
That's so
I'm not
At
paying.
what point does this get uncomfortable and you're being a dick?
No, Dave's taking these.
I know, I'm-
He's so much fun. His level of sarcasm, though, sometimes I'm like not really sure which one of us
Dude,
is
that
being
cracks
honest,
me up,
or
dude.
like which one of us is being sarcastic.
Well,
we both are.
Frankie, like Sam and I
How
were
do you
were
even
talking
tell?
like there was this
It's
guy
so
that was
good.
like harmonica guy.
Just so dry.
Oh, it's so
There was this
dry.
guy in town that
He
was
delivers
harmonica
it so
guy,
well.
and like he would be
He's a
like
master.
at the show, and he would just jump up with your band at the show, and like I'd be playing with the Spiders, and the dude would just jump up on stage, and he'd get in my ear, and he'd go, "What key is this in?" And I'd like tell him, and then he'd get his harmonica, and then it was fucking harmonica time, dude, and like I was like, you know who I'm talking about? And Sam's like, it's not ringing a bell. And then he's like, yeah, wait a minute. He was like, we had to have that guy banned from our shows in the Rockabilly Band, like, because he would do that.
Was it Pete?
Yes, it was
Okay.
Pete, yeah.
A
That
little
was
story
Pete.
about Pete.
Yeah.
I
Did
took
he do that
Cheetah
to
Chrome
you?
to New
Uh-huh.
York
Okay.
in the early '90s.
Okay.
They played at this bar on the in the Bowery. And it was
Uh-huh.
during the New Music Seminar.
Uh-huh.
And
that's room temperature.
there was a band with harmonicas that played before them, right?
Uh-huh.
Couldn't even
And,
get through
uh,
12
This
ounces
dude stole
before he got to room temperature.
one of the harmonicas of the dude that was playing with John Spacely. He was the editor of Punk magazine in the 70s.
Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
everybody fucking knows him on the Lower East Side.
Right.
Best friends with Cheetah.
And somebody stole
And this
his harmonica?
dude steals his harmonicas. And I remember Spacely, it was the downtown Bay Rouge. That was the name of the club. And they're
Okay.
chasing him down on Houston Street.
Uh-huh.
This dude, I was like, oh man, that dude is messed up.
Uh-huh.
Right? And I remember, and he apologized. He said, sorry man, I was drunk. You
Uh-huh.
guys, like, messed up our set or something. I don't know what he was mad about. That was Pete.
It was Pete.
That was him. I don't
It was
know what
fucking
happened.
harmonica
How
Pete,
it
dude.
ended up. He's a really nice guy.
He is a
we
nice
was at
guy.
a party at her
I'm
house,
playing in your band.
and I looked at him. I think I started telling that story. He goes, yeah, that was you.
He
what
is
the
a
fuck
nice
are you
guy,
doing
yeah.
here? This
He's not-
random guy in New York getting
Uh-huh.
chased. That was the harmonica guy.
He just thinks he's entitled to play harmonica with everybody. And the dude is, to his credit, a rockin' harmonica player.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's like, get your own band. Right?
How did he end up? I forget though. How did he end up here? It's just like,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and how crazy it was, like,
No, he used to do that with us in the Spiders, and yeah.
But he is a good,
He's a great harmonica player,
Dude,
yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I joked about
Uh-huh.
doing the Jim.
Yeah, but Sam was like in the Rockabilly Band. He was like, we had to have that guy like banned from our shows because he wouldn't like take no for an answer and like.
wasn't actually
Well, it's
You know.
frustrating.
I was like-
I
because
think he's
not that many people.
Yeah, he
they
knew
can only
that I
use
wasn't
harmonica like here,
Like I
here
didn't
and
stand there
there.
with my
Yeah.
You know,
It's
and he's
for
a good
overdubs
musician,
and
so
stuff,
it's
yeah.
just like,
Looking at him
and he wants to
stroking
be,
it.
full time, but it's
But if your niche is harmonica,
it's
like
very hard to do.
Yeah.
It's like, I can
Yeah.
use you for a song or two or something.
I don't know why.
Mhm.
Like when I stopped working there, I don't hang out
right,
with
yeah, but not every song
a lot
like
of
is gonna have harmonica,
hilarious.
definitely.
Keith is good people.
You know the guy that played on the Beatles that. Love me do. He was from Dallas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
Oh God, really? Why me? Why me?
He was like on MTV and stuff.
What do you play like Jews harp?
No, just regular harp.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I never
yeah.
knew that. It was
Uh-huh.
like Delbert McClellan.
Uh
Delbert.
huh. Okay.
You know, I know
Uh-huh.
people know, but
Yeah.
yeah, he had like blues band and stuff, and he played harmonica, and I was like, that's pretty good. And then
Uh-huh.
I was like on NPR, it was like that was the guy that played.
He played harmonica on the Beatles record. Yeah, on that beginning part of Love Me Do.
Oh,
in the
right,
solo.
man.
Yeah, he was like a teenager.
Yeah.
I don't even know how he got hooked up with
but he
him.
was like a Texas guy that you like.
Yeah.
Or
Dude.
I think I might be
Dude.
tripping. Because it looks like stars are sparkling all over my t-shirt.
Oh, there?
Oh, you are.
You mean there?
No, that's your arm.
You're sparkling.
That's my arm. You mean like there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sparkling. You're all grainy.
It's
But I
No,
feel
it's like
all
that.
of our
You're
shirts
actually-
are. Look at all the shirts.
No, you're like that. When I look at you guys, you're all grainy like that, really.
Just
in
like
real life.
In real life.
IRL?
Yeah, you're just kind of
Okay.
grainy people.
Yeah, I'm a little bit.
You're just like grainy people. Yeah, so if it comes across that on camera, it's just your
It's 'cause
natural.
it's real.
It's your natural grain coming out. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Your grit's really high
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, it's called true grit. That's true grit. Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
No.
None of that fake grit.
Yeah, no, I always see you in like 720p.
Oh,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It probably looks
Yeah, whenever you're walking around outside IRL, you're still in 720p. It's true.
No need, nobody needs high def.
Nah, don't look. That's like those mirrors
There's not a
that
human
like
being out there that needs
at
high
Bed
def.
Bath
Yeah, no,
&
I
Beyond
don't
or
want
something
it.
that like zoom in on your face. You don't
Yeah,
need
nobody's
that.
got to see me in high def, man.
nobody
Give me a
needs
break.
to see that.
Mm-mm.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah. Vision's high def enough.
Mm-hmm.
So weird. I know I had my cigarettes at some point. Like, what did I get rid of? Or...
But you just like, maybe you put them in your car. You want one of mine?
Oh, yeah, possibly. I was just gonna look real quick. I think I just stuck them down here somewhere.
Right.
So you want to go do open mic with Ethan, you guys? I'm not going to do it unless somebody else comes with me.
Open mic with Ethan, huh?
He wants to do it.